I am Elder Tanisha Williams, the founder of Set Aside Singles Ministry of Redigging the Foundation Ministries. And you may wonder, why am I even here? Well, I'm going to give you 4 points to talk to you about why you are here. I'm talking to you singles who are asking, why should I wait? Well, this is the reason why you should wait. Because God has somebody for you. You are not on here and in this world alone. And the good thing about it is that the Bible tells us that it is God working in us to will and to do of his good pleasure. So if you have a desire to be married, that means that God has somebody for you. So the question of the hour is, how do you smell? Are you even attracting the right person? If you notice that you are going through and getting the same person after person after person, you have to sit back and ask yourself, how do I smell in this? Why am I getting the same person? Second, even in that, we become desperate. And the second question comes in, can you handle the wait? While you're waiting for this, can you handle being single? Because the thing is, if you are not able to be single and content, how in the world can you be married and content? You can be married and lonely. So this whole being single thing, it is not a bad thing, and it is not meant to be a burden. It is meant for a time for you to get closer to God. Second point, how can I move on from here? A lot of singles are like, I've been hurt. I have been wounded. I have been bruised and battered. I've had bad relationships. I didn't have a good example with my parents. I was in the foster care and I was all by myself. I don't need anybody else. But you want to move on from there, but you don't know how. But God said that he can do this. He can show you the way to move on from here. Just because you're single doesn't mean that you have to remain that way. You can be single in friendships. You could be single in relationships. You could be single at your job. You don't have to be single when you're surrounded by people. It's just who you are surrounded by. But sometimes we feel, because we are wounded, how can I move from here? Because I can't trust anybody. But the Lord said that he would guide your feet. So the Bible says, trust in the Lord in all your ways and lean not to your own understanding. And he's going to direct your path. So he will direct you to the people that you can have relationships and things with. So for our single women, point number 3, for our single women who say, can I know before him? Oh, yes, you can. Eve knew before Adam even knew. The Lord had Adam sleep. He pulled Eve from out of his rib. So Eve saw Adam before Adam saw Eve. So you can't tell me that the women can't know. But your job is to let him remain asleep until the Lord wakes him up. It is not your job to go tell the guy, oh, the Lord told me that you are my husband. No. Let the Lord wake him up. And the 4th point, does God really send? Yes, he does. In the biblical days, the fathers always sent the sons out to go get the wives. How do I know? Abraham sent his servant Eliezer to go to his uncle Laban's house to get Rebecca. And not only did he go get Rebecca, but he also came with gifts. So you can't tell me that God doesn't send. It's the question of, who did you choose? God can send, but you can choose to take it, or you can choose to cast it aside, and then you will really be set aside again. So with that being said, I would like to personally invite you to all of our upcoming events and conferences for the Set Aside Singles Ministry.